Hey guys, it's Mr. Raves here. I promised I would go over the Quiz4-3 online in the video. So here it is. So on number one, they said which equation is represented by this picture. So they had a picture of you had 5 negatives, like so, and then you had 3 net positives, once again like so. Okay, oh, this is -5, and this is +3. So obviously you have -5 plus 3, and you had 4 answer choices. Well, in order to figure out your answer, once again, you can just do scoreboards, negatives and positives. The negatives are winning by 2. And of course, if you look at your answer choices, answer choice had to be letter A. Not hard. Then if you go, I gave you guys the answer for number 2, that was C. Okay, I didn't want you guys to stress over that. That was kind of an ugly problem. Okay, number 3, you had -1 plus 4. And you have to do 2 things. You have to solve it and draw a picture. So easy to draw a picture because you have only 1 negative. Then you have 4 positives. See? Then if you go on ahead here, let me give myself a little different color. Okay, and obviously you have this group here that can go away. And you're only left with, right here, 3 positives. Get away. Okay, +3. You can also do scoreboards as well. Positives, negatives. The positives scored 4, the negatives scored 1. The positives won by 3. Not hard. Okay. Then on number 4, you had 5 minus -2. Okay, this one, you don't really have to model anything. I mean, it's just 5 minus -2, which is, if you do the KCC method, means you're going to keep the first number the way it is. You're going to change that minus to plus, and the -2 becomes a +2. So what's 5 plus 2? 7. And if you really want to model this, you can just do 7 pluses. Bam. There we go. Of course, if you did that, you guys have given you. Okay, number 5, you have 5 times -4. Seriously, a lot of you guys came up to me the day of the quiz and were saying, how do I model this? I'm like, seriously? Come on, you guys forgot, like, if they thought you guys in elementary? You have 4 negatives. 5 groups of 4 negatives. Okay, let me see, that's about it there. That's the 4th, and here's the 5th group. Okay, so that's 4 there. 8. 12. 4, 8, 12, 16, and then 20. But the key, is it positive or is it negative? Obviously, you have nothing but negative, so it has to be negative. And if you remember the rules, a positive times a negative will always be a negative because of the tic-tac-toe rule. Now that's -20. Then on number 6, okay, well, this one you don't show any work. All you got to do is actually All you have to do is actually do the scoreboards on -6 plus 11. And if you do exactly that, negative scored 6, positive scored 11. The positives are winning by 5. Not hard. Number 10, you had no, 7, you had -10 minus 8. A lot of you guys missed this one. Because you're not looking, this was actually a -10, and this is actually a -8. So if you go ahead and do the scoreboards again, 10 and 8, the negatives are winning by 18. But what if, say, some people did KCC? if you actually circle it the right way as negative 10 minus 8, okay, you have negative 10 plus negative 8, because remember, that's a positive 8. So, of course, you got two negatives add together, it gives you a negative 18. Then on number 8, that's easy. You got 5 times negative 3. Once again, this is a positive times a negative, always give you a negative. And 5 times 3 is 15, and you are done. Number 9, you had negative 8 times negative 5. Once again, the rules, two negatives means you have a positive. So this is positive 40. At number 10, you had a negative 10 times 7. So same thing, negative times a positive is a negative. So this is negative 70 because 10 times 7 is 70. Good, more depressing sounds. Number 11, which one had obviously least to greatest? I was shocked that some people missed this one. Literally shocked. Because the first answer, A, was the only correct answer. Negative 42, negative 39, negative 4, 40, and 41. Well, if you actually did a number line with 0 in the middle, negative 50, what about negative 25 in the middle, positive 25, and positive 50? Well, negative 42 has to be over here. Negative 39 is a little bit more over here. You have negative 4 somewhere around here. And you have 40 and 41. Least to greatest is like reading from left to right. I don't know if you guys remembered what I said. Okay, least to greatest is from left to right. So obviously, only answer has to be A. See, number 12. Who else? Seriously, you guys all came to me on this one. Same thing again. You had number line. Had 0 in the middle. You had a negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, positive 8. Okay. So this started off at 0 and it went all the way to negative 7. Okay. Obviously, so that's negative 7. Okay. Then it went to the right, and remember, I'm going to write this up here. Left is negative, rights are positive. So then from here, I went from 7 all the way to 3. Should probably put that there. Bam. Okay, so that was actually a plus. Oh no. Where's my eraser? Sweet. Okay, good. That's actually plus 10. A lot of you guys were counting 7. I was like, seriously? If you count from here, negative 7, you're going to start counting at 6. Then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. That's 7, 8, 9, 10. So obviously the answer is going to be positive 3 because I stopped at 3. But then if you want to, get real technical about it. Okay, oops, I made a mistake. Oh, that looks like a point 10. So 10, that's a 7. The positives are winning by 3. Okay, down number 13, we had negative 5 plus 2. Okay, well, that's pretty simple. You're going to draw a number line. By the way, the answer for this one is obviously going to be negative 3. But we'll get to that in a little bit later. Okay, set up my 0 here in the middle. Then start counting like so. Okay, -6, 7, -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do 9 just for the heck of it. So I'm going to start with negative because it started with -5. Remember, like reading the book? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to draw that like so. Okay, that's -5 there. Then I went 2 to the right. I want to repeat this again. Positives are to the right. Negatives are to the left. Okay, so then I'm going to start going 2 to the right. And look where I end up at my answer of -3. If you want to do scoreboards again, just to check your work, positive scored 2, negative scored 5. Negatives are winning by 3. Then on number 14, so in the table below, which the solvent has the lowest freezing temperature. So obviously the lowest means the smallest. Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce this word, like glime or whatever. It had rubbing alcohol. Bam. Toluene. And then they had water. Yes, guys, water is a solvent. You learn more about this in chemistry. Okay, so gallium had -69, -88, -95, and they had 0. Really, I don't want to really get technical with this, but all of these are all negative numbers. And if you did it, oh God, no, that's awful. To get me my colors right here. -100. If you want to really get serious about it, you can just start counting by 25s. And just for the heck of it, we'll do -10. Alright, sweet. So let's start with -69. Okay, -69 glycine is going to be somewhere around here. So I put G for that one. Okay. Then I had rubbing alcohol that was -88, which is somewhere around here. So I said RA for rubbing alcohol. Then look at that. Toluene had -95. That's pretty close to 100, isn't it? That's going to be T. And of course, water had 0. So water will be somewhere around here. Literally at 0. Which one is furthest to the left? T. Thus, toluene had to be the right answer. And I believe that was letter B. Bam. Then on 15, well, I gave you guys the answer on 15. Anyways, so we won't go too much into that one. Okay, 16, it said, which of these amounts could be best represented by the integer of -75? Well, obviously the answer has to be C. It can't be A because the amount has to pay raise. If it's a raise, it means you're gonna get paid more. And the key here is to see it's a -75. Okay, so that means you'll be losing money. B said number of people who got on a train stop. The number of people who got on a train stop at one stop on a summer day. That makes no sense. That's nothing to do with going up or down. D said the sales amount of a lawnmower. Remember, if you sell something, that means you're making money off it. So that'd be a positive. Only one left is C, which says the amount in dollars were drawn from Mrs. Alfaro's checking account to pay for her electric bill. Trust me, when you pay money out your account for bills, you're gonna lose money. So that's why C is our only answer. Okay, guys, that's the end of the video. If you have any comments, leave them at the end of it, at the bottom. Or I'm gonna go back to sleep. play video games, listen to death metal, and depressing